What's up, everybody? Detroit finest with my auntie Renee. Love, always your nephew. So you is Coney Island Chronicles Detroit finest, Renee, Bradford. Caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you still in our hearts and in our mind and in our soul. So get ready for Coney Island Chronicles with my auntie Renee. Coney Island Chronicle with Detroit Finest with my auntie Renee. You know, we all had those special aunties, you know, love them to death. They got good sense of humor, you understand, can cook. They gonna tell you square business what it is and what it ain't, you know, and they be the life of the party. Well, that's my auntie Renee. So stick around, because I'm chop it up about my auntie like a big sister, but really a auntie. You know, she'll let me have my little fun with my cousins. You know, it was me, Zach, Aunt Treese, Dee Dee. You know, we'll be her little children to watch while my mama and all the other parents is out partying at the social events or whatever. You know, they was the ladies of joy, so they was moving around throwing cabarets and everything. And we was kind of like the children of the ladies of joy, and Renee was the supervisor of us, so she kept us all in check. You know, that's the type of auntie she was. But she did let us have our little say, but she still governed it at the end. You know, and back in the 80s, you know, drugs, all that was real heavy. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of got caught up in that, like most people was caught up in that. You know what I mean? And strayed away from the family for a minute, but you know, she did get herself together, thank God. You know, transition is a mug. Sometimes God take you to the deepest depths just to shoot you out to the highest peaks. You know what I'm saying? So you could be like an influence to other people. You know, so in many aspects, that's what my auntie is. You know, she went through all the turbulence of the situations with the drugs and everything, had her fair share of that, and later made her full transition and, you know, left all that alone and moved on and was bringing forth her grandbabies and raising her children in, you know, better productive way. So when I came home, everything was straight. I didn't really get to see the transition, you know, but I know that it was real, because when I came home, my auntie was, you know, back lively, big voice, big smile, big hugs, you know, and hollering to the top of her lungs, cooking, smoking her Newports, you know what I'm saying? My baby, and everybody knew her, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was like no antisocial person. No, my auntie was real social, all off Ashland. That's where she was at, Ashland, Fisher, all down Charlottesville back in the day, you know what I mean? But when I came home, she was staying on Amdale, you know. She was staying on Amdale when I came home, and doing good. Everything was smooth. Had her children, her sons, everybody living there with her and everything. She had made her full transition, glowing, welcoming grandbabies into the world and everything. But she knew a lot of people. So on one unfortunate day, you know, my auntie she just was so magnifying to you that regardless to what you going through, if you see her, you just not gonna stop and just be like, or you just not gonna keep passing by her. You gonna stop. If you see her somewhere and you know that's her, you gonna pull over. So unfortunately, that's what happened with this situation. A guy, some twin dude or whatever, I don't know, but some twins was into some situations and feuding with some people, or had got into it with whatever, however it go, you know, how life be. And they was coming down Amdale and happened to see my auntie out there and call themselves in to stop and, you know, greet her with a hello or what's up, girl, or she probably told them, hey, don't be pulling past me and don't say nothing, you know what I mean? So they pulled over. And whoever was following that guy, you know, or whoever's, you know, was following the guy, once they went to shooting, you know, she got caught up in the crossfire. You know, some random nonsense that took my auntie, but it took a beautiful woman away from her family, you know, her daughters, her sons, you know, my little cousins, and they children, which is, you know, her grandchildren. But she just knew so many people. So in my heart, I would love to be like, I want to do something or retaliate or something like that. But I know that I can't bring her back. I know that she is in a better place. I know that she didn't have nothing to do with the situation that was going on. I know that the guy who pulled up on her probably grieves, if he not dead, because I don't know. He could be alive, he could be dead, but I'm quite sure him knowing that him pulling up over there, and that's what happened to my auntie because of him pulling up, I'm quite sure that it affected him too. But it affects us every day to this day because we treasured and adored her dearly. You know what I'm saying? We treasured and adored her dearly, just like now. That's just why she owned Coney Island Chronicle, Detroit finest, because she had weathered her storm, like literally been through all of what possibly could be shot at a young woman coming up in the 80s, you know, with temptation and the street life and moving fast and all of that, to finally be able to gather it and be done with it all, looking over her shoulders. I salute my auntie for that. And I salute that, you know, her babies, grandbabies, never seen her in any other light than loving and smiling and the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we all go through stuff. We all go through stuff, and nobody's stuff is better than nobody else's. You know, it's just about how you come out at the end. You know, so you want to come out at the end of any situation comfortable with whatever decisions. You know, sometimes we don't get to make our decisions. We get snatched up. But God pulls his angels. That's just what it is. He gonna take his angels, and nobody could stop that. And you got to be grateful that you was around those angels and the lessons and the compassions and the love that they shared with you, they conversations, you know, because hell, my auntie always kept it 100 with me, you know what I mean? Especially when she knew like that I was in the street. She never like condoned it, like, hey, you don't supposed to be doing this, condemning me, you know? She didn't condone it either, but she didn't condemn me either. She just was basically like, hey, nephew, keep your eyes open, be safe, you know, don't be out here. And whenever we saw each other, that's what it was. I was never like trying to be big uncle or trying to tell her what to do or nothing, because hell, that's my auntie and I can't tell her what to do. That ain't my job. My job is just to listen and learn. And hey, so right down here is, I'm gonna jump out for a second so we could get a little shot of this area, you know what I'm saying? Because my auntie a dear lady, and now she gone. She been gone a few years, but she honestly she passed on my anniversary, my marriage anniversary, you know, on August 20th, you know. Kind of like a sad affair, but gotta keep moving and turn what was sad into something positive, because, you know, hell, that's what she would want. She wouldn't want it to be like, oh, people grieving and all and distraught, you know, what happened, and it was not her fault, and, you now it's time for me to narrate it a little bit. So I'm gonna step out so you can see where this incident happened. Right out here. It's on Elmdale. Right out here somewhere. Came and auntie greeted somebody and they dang on shot her. So, Coney Island Chronicle, man, we be in the streets with it. We try to get it real for you so you can really see like what's going on and how it's going on, because it's real serious, and love is serious, and we need more of it. And that is Coney Island Chronicles with my auntie Renee. I love you, baby. We love you, baby. And you are still in our hearts and in our minds and in our souls. And on that note, Coney Island Chronicle will be back with some more. Lizzo Part 2. We got more coming. Stay tuned, stay posted, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you deeply. Coney Island Chronicle, baby, with your main man, Antonio.